Hi beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach or LD Healing, and today I've got a brand new pick a card on what would they say if they drunk dialed you. I thought that doing this pick a card could be healing as I am sort of going through my own process of grieving, understanding, and releasing with a lot of people in my life. So I thought that this might be a bit of like a fun, lighthearted way to tap into truthful, clarifying energy that can reveal motives, that can allow the tapping into of everyone's truth to help you form a better perspective. But not only that, to hopefully assist in the process of relieving and releasing. I've gone ahead and already pulled 3 piles with 3 different crystals. I've just used 2 tarot decks, my own oracle deck, and then just the Oracle of the Heart and the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Sorry, I couldn't think of the names. For the very first pile, for pile 1, I've gone ahead and put on a Amethyst piece. For pile 2, we have a Black Tourmaline piece. And for pile 3, I think it's a Angel Aura Quartz Heart. I'm pretty sure it's an Angel Aura Quartz Heart. Remember, when going ahead and picking your pile, use your intuition above all. Make sure you're tapping into and picking the pile that you can't stop looking at, you can't resist, picking the one that came to you and you feel most comfortable with. And make sure that as you're going into this, you sort of just project onto the person that you're thinking about. Maybe have a name repeating in your head and then picking which one you think suits that the most, as this will probably give you the most aligned energy or frequency and message with that person. Without further ado, I'll let you pick and I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hi beautiful souls who chose pile number 1, and welcome to your reading today on what would they say if they were to drunk dial you. This is sort of to tune into their true feelings and to hopefully bring clarification and healing. As I mentioned in the intro, I'll just quickly rephrase it again. The intended purpose of this reading is to give both perspectives and to allow the energetic flow and release on your end to gain an understanding or hopefully a message that is required from their higher self. Because chances are, if you're viewing a reading like this, you feel like there is a part of you that's still tied or has an intermingling with their energy, even if it's only a small one. And maybe you just came to it out of curiosity and fun, which is why I tried to do a reading like this, is to bring that lighthearted fun to it while also channeling messages from the higher self. Know that you are in the right place. You know, you're very cared for. I was hearing a song before we started. It was by Adele. I think it's When We Were Young. Yeah, I think it's When We Were Young. So this could be about like you're very reminiscent on this person as of late, especially. This person could have been someone that was older than you, or like they were in your life quite a while ago and you have a lot of perspective and you've moved on since then. And that's something that's coming up, especially with you picking Amethyst. Like, don't think that is not by chance. Or by chance, sorry. Especially... Yeah, sorry. Okay, this could be that you have gained a higher perspective in how you need to release it. Now it's just sort of you're feeling the emotions of it. And even if you aren't, we're going to see what they have to say, but I'm just sort of tapping into the energies. They could be very reminiscent on you. And that's what's happening here, is that they've gained a new understanding about this relationship and what it meant in their life. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over the oracle cards. We have Root Chakra reversed. This is from my personal oracle deck. It's just a prototype, so please excuse it if it is a bit messy. Gosh, my throat, yeah, Tower card there as well. My throat went very, very croaky when I was tapping into this energy. There was a lot of things that went unsaid, but not because they were trying to hide motives or didn't have a chance to say it. It's more like there was a lot of helplessness and hopelessness in this relationship. It was like, well, what's the point of me saying this? The damage is done, or like we've already separated. Like there's no point in me expressing this. There's a lot of emotions that went unsaid, or there was a lot of things that went undone. And it felt like almost there was no point because it was already like things were tied up and done. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. One moment. Something I want to say is that there is a huge energy here of like, they looked up to you as someone who brought in a lot of stability into your life. And that's something that they would say right off the bat. They'd say, man, I didn't get to express everything. And I'm so sorry that I failed you when we were most invested. That's a big thing I hear, is like, I failed you when we were most invested. They were orientated on getting physical satisfaction versus the long-term sustainability. That's something I'm hearing, is that they will talk about how like, fuck, man, like, I had it all right. I had all my cards lined up. Like, we signed the contracts, especially the contracts showing up here. I mean, I'm going to take that so literally. Like, we had everything lined up. And then there was this huge energy of how could we have seen what was coming? Like, I think that there was some sort of traumatic event happened within someone's life that took you apart from each other. And I don't know if that was expressed or said, but there was like a drifting apart that needed to happen to allow the what's that word? They're showing me that word. It's like preservation. It's preservation. What happened here was a drifting apart due to preservation. Oh, I had one more tarot card. I didn't even realize. Yeah, oh my God, they had all their ducks lined up in a row. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, something I would say is that you were like wish fulfillment, or like, now that they're seeing like how you've come along, they understand that what they were working towards was in their right mind, but something got in the way. It's like prior obligations. Like, it could have been a prior marriage, it could have been kids, it could have been family drama or problems. It's like something got in the way here, and that's something that they want to share with you that they didn't get to say. That's a huge thing that's showing up. A lot of it comes from like the fear of abandonment. It could even be insecurity and doubt. You could have had a lot of doubt regarding this relationship, a lot of insecurity as to why you allowed it to drift apart so easily. Because I feel like they let things happen, but you did too. That's something I'm hearing, is like, why did you give up? Like, what happened here? Like, why didn't you? I don't know why they don't want to blame you, but they want to ask the question, like, did I mean nothing to you? Like, why did you give up so easily? Why didn't you like come and talk to me? Like, what's happened here? And maybe you did talk, but it's just the energy you were willing to give was so just, you were over it. And it's like, because you were plagued by your own doubts, or you were plagued by some sort of energy. But something that they would say is that a lot of their own life got in the way. Like, maybe they had to move, or they had work, or they didn't have enough money to sustain this and they were embarrassed. I don't know. I'd have to see, because here, I mean, they saw you as a huge nurturer. Like, they saw you as someone who sort of held the relationship together, which is so crazy that they would come to you and be like, why did you give up so easily? I think because you took that role of pioneering or leading the relationship in such a strong way. Like, you took the lead in the sense that you were so nurturing, you were so kind, you were probably the planner, you were someone who sort of invested quite a lot of things. And you were someone who helped them understand the capacity of what they were feeling. That's something that's showing up, is that you helped them feel. They didn't understand why you gave up so easily. And it makes them feel like, oh my God, like, there's something wrong with me. I did something here. And I think they carry that insecurity because they would like that. But I feel like I don't know, I feel like they didn't do anything wrong. Like, I feel like the thing that they did wrong was that they bit their tongue. Because as I said that, I bit my tongue. They held back a lot of what they need to share with you. That was the problem. It wasn't that there was some sneaky person who like wanted to hurt you. They just didn't share everything with you. And that caused like a rift in the relationship. But they want to say that when it ended for a reason, because it helped empower you. Like, I don't want to say you outgrew the relationship, but there's sort of this energy here of like, it ended for the right reasons. Like, it was meant to end the way that it did. Or maybe not the way that it did, but it was meant to end at the time it did. I'm just saying, it's like they had an understanding of relationships built on a very faulty foundation. And that's something that they'd share with you, is that they've grown to understand that now. And you may look at this relationship as something that is very treasured and memorable. And they do too. They do too. It's like something going the way of you guys sharing love. And that was the big thing, is like, it could have been perspectives, it could have been insecurity, but they'd share that something got in the way. And that's just what keeps happening and showing up here. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards from my Lenormand deck and see if we can get maybe a deeper message about the physical world of what was going on here, but also just anything Spirit would like to share. Okay. We have the Stork. Okay, yeah. They were tied to their work in such a significant way, and that's what got in the way here. It could have been money, or it could have been them being tied to a financial obligation with a partnership. It could have even been that they were still in a partnership with someone else and they couldn't pursue it. But it's more work focused, I'm seeing anyway. And I was picking that up majority with the me sharing money stuff. And talking about work and prior obligations. It seems like they were heavily tied to I don't know, they were heavily tied to a company, it could have even been. And they let that rift happen because they had to invest in their work. That's something that's showing up here. Let's see if we can get another line, just so I can have more of something to interpret here. Ooh. I'm going to take that as the overarching energy. Yeah, the coffin, the star, the clover. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. They were more invested in their success than seeing out this relationship, and they would talk about that. I don't know if they would regret it. They would just say that they could have done it a better way, because what it's done is actually take a toll on their health. Like, you actually helped them with their health problems, I think, or they may have had some sort of health problems in their life, and it could even be something that their lineage carries, I'm seeing, especially with the moon, the coffin, the clover. They were invested in the success of seeing out some sort of work obligation. There's also something here of like, they were given an invitation to do something, like someone approached them with a contract, or someone approached them with like, hey, you need to work X amount of hours, or like, hey, if you invest in this, you need to like make it your life. And they saw that it's going to take them somewhere, so they did it. It's like, that's the energy here, is like some sort of invitation took them somewhere, or some sort of promise. And they didn't understand how to explain this to you. That's a big thing. So they just sort of allowed this like drifting apart to happen. And it wasn't like they allowed it to happen. It wasn't like they actively had it in their mind of like, I'm going to drift away from this person. They just thought it was happening because they couldn't invest the same energy in you. And they didn't want to explain it because they didn't want to make you feel any more insecure, because there could be something here of like, you were upset that they chose work or other things over them, or you have a very insecure and anxious brain where you will think, oh my God, like they're cheating, they're doing something more, like you know what I mean? And they just allowed you to like live in your world of your thoughts, instead of explaining what was really going on here. I'm just going to actually pull another line. Yeah. Yeah, there's that, yeah. There's that man that gives that offer at work, because we have the man, the lily, which is in conjunction with the stork, which is talking about partnership, and then we have the man, and then we have the moon, which is an offering. It could also be softening a blow, or like intuition. We have something here of like, someone was committed to seeing themselves as the success, because maybe in the past that they sort of gave that up, and they need to chase that again. And that's something that's coming up here. Why? I'm going to actually pull a tarot card, because I'm still learning Lenormand, so let me see that. Okay. I'm trying to just quickly find out about this clover. Okay. They were doing this because they were very insecure in their finances, or they had a lot of bills to pay off, and they saw that this was a way of freeing themselves, and they knew that they would have to give up something in return to get it, and that's something that they would tell you, is like, they had to choose work. That's why the tower's there. They had to do it. It's like something came between you. That was the rift. They had no choice. They had to do this. Maybe they had to step up as a boss, or to do something else, and that's why it got in the way. They think about sending you messages all the time. That's something that they would say, is that they've probably done a lot of like wanting to send messages, of like writing it out and then deleting it, or just like intending it in their head. They may actually be quite successful or well known in whatever they do. And it might have only happened because of this thrift in the relationship. And that's something that they would share with you, is that they don't regret what they chose, but they do wish they could have done it differently. Because you guys had something special. You taught them a lot, but I feel like you gained a lot from this relationship, and that's something that they acknowledge. They know that you grew a lot from it, because they either know about you in some way, and even if they don't have any contact or way of getting to you, they know you would have bounced back. Like, they just know your energy. All right, my power ones, I hope that makes sense. I'm sending you all so much love and light. I hope that gave you the clarification, possibly even closure and perspective that was required. And I hope this was above all just fun and something that you could tune into. I'd like to thank you for joining me thus far, and if this did resonate with you, please be sure to leave a like on this video, as it helps me connect to more people like you, but it helps people like you connect to more videos like these. And if you want to go that extra step, if you really resonate with my content, you can of course subscribe. I will welcome you. Subscribe. I will welcome you with open arms, with lovingness. I'm sending you all in so much love and light. Until we meet again, mwah. Bye. Hi, my beautiful power twos, and welcome to your reading on what would they say if they drunk dialed you. As I said in the intro, I'm just going to quickly do a rephrasing again in case you missed it, just so we're on the same page. You my girls. I don't know why I said that. Okay, I think interesting. I do know actually. Okay, anyway, this reading is intended to be a lighthearted way to tap into healing and releasing, but to also give you hopefully a perspective. Above all, take these messages with a, oh, I have to move this amethyst out. That was for part one. Take these messages with a sort of grain of salt and just understand that they are above all meant to be a way to hopefully build a narrative and to find a deeper level of release, as that's what I intended this reading for. I may not be able to summarize their exact words, but I'll hopefully be able to tap into the situation and understand what their higher selves would like to share, just so you are able to have that message. Gosh, they, whoever this person was, they saw you as a huge best friend. Like, that's a huge thing that's coming through, because I'm also hearing, I'm levitating, you're my sugar boo. I'm gravitating, yeah. I want you all night. You're my levitating by Dua Lipa. It's very like you had a lot of fun times together, and there's a lot of it's not reminiscing, because it's all, they don't look at you in a way that's like, man, I missed that. It's like they're able to appreciate and be grateful for who you are and who you were, and the ways that you sort of brightened up their life. Because I feel like they were suffering with a lot of mental health before you came into their life. That's something that they want to share. I don't know if they shared that with you, but before and during, while you're in their life, there's a lot of mental health, and you push them. You push them quite a lot. I'm gonna move on to your cards and just see what we got here. You should listen to the song Levitating. Okay, yeah, faith. That makes sense, especially with the fun message. Third eye chakra. How could I have seen this? How could I have seen this? What is happening? That was weird. It's like sticking. They may have attached themselves to you very quick. Like, you may have met each other in a friendship group, or like a community, or like a dynamic that like is a group setting, and then they attach themselves to you very quick, because that card was sticking. And the reason why you stuck out to them was like your jovial ways of like cracking jokes and like being so connected to your work and your passion and your inspiration. It's like you let no bitch tell you anything. Like, you're very, very in tune with that energy of who you are. Oh my god, yeah, I just pulled my other tarot card. Like, I don't even have these faced up, and I was saying that. And we had the knight come out. Jesus. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Faith, third eye chakra. I think you helped them clear out a lot of illusions in their life. Like, you helped them see where they were robbing themselves, but also that's something that they would say if they came back in. They would share with you that you sort of renewed their sense of like trust and faith within this world, but also within themselves. That's a huge thing that they want to share with you, is like you helped them see that the ways that they were cheating themselves, but also how other people were taking away from their situations. You would fix a lot of injustices. They would also say that the ways that they left your life was quite unjust. Like, it wasn't fair in the sense that you were very upfront and sharing and honest, but they may have not been that way in the end. Not that I want to say that they cheated you. I don't think that there was a negative energy here. I'm not picking up on any, especially faith here. But it's more of an energy of like, hey, they could have like explained what was going on, and maybe even like updated you, you know what I mean? Like, they had the resources and the ability to do that, but they may have just moved on in a rush, because they were moving on to like the shinier thing. The shinier thing, that's so weird. Why did I say it like that? It's like they were chasing an emotional high of like new people. It's like, I'm hearing this other song. It's from Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and it's like, new places, same person. That's the energy I get, is like they may move to like new places, but still be the same person, still wonder why they have the same problems, but they use other people as a way to sort of like medicate themselves away from those problems for the moments, but you sort of gave them a lasting impact on being authentic. And that's something that they were missing from their life, is that's something that they'll share with you, is that they have a lot of emotional insecurity around being authentic, and you showed them a way of having a good time and being authentic to themselves. Because I feel like they may compromise a lot. And that's why there is that sort of I feel like they search a lot. They look for a lot of things outside of themselves. And it doesn't even have to be a love for self. They might even have that down pat. It's just they may look for like answers outside of themselves when really they're the ones with the answers. I'm just checking out the Knight and the Page. They saw you as a mentor. That's something that they would share. They would share that they were very, again, grateful for you. I mean, we have faith here. Like my faith card is like divine timing. It's validation. It's manifestation. It's almost like a grace of gratitude. It's like a breath of fresh air. And that's something that you wafted into their life. Wafted, what a funny way to say that. You sort of brought that fresh air into their life, and that's something that they would share. I think they would also share that a lot of the good things that you allowed them to cultivate in their life. Like you allowed them to go after a dream or to do something. I'm going to see, oh my God, I said manifestation. We have manifest, Jesus, and choose your battles. Choose your battles. Okay. Yeah, with justice here. I think you help them stand up to a lot of things within their life, and you help them understand how they have more power in their life than they ever thought that they did. That is a huge thing that they would share with you, is that you had a way of holding yourself that was very honorable. You had a way of seeing through the illusions of people that they would buy into very easily. You showed them that they have a power to govern their own life that they never understood. Something that they would share is that there may have been uncertainty regarding this connection. Like something to do with like, they didn't understand how to pick their mental battles and they allowed the wrong one to take a hold of this connection. And that's why they may have like blamed you or like walked away, or like they may have like had some insecurity or doubt. You know what I mean? Like they allowed the wrong mental battle to take control of them. And that's something you were able to teach them. And they're very grateful for that. Something they'd share is that, again, you brought that authenticity in their life to allow them to express and explore themselves. And you showed them the ways that the world took away from that. And even if it wasn't you did anything in particular, it's just like the way that you, what's that phrase where it's like, lead by example. That's it, lead by example. That's sort of what happened here, I think. I'm going to go ahead and pull some Lenormand cards, see if we can get more of a physical focused answer of like what they would say, and see if I can channel any more messages for you guys. What would they say if they drunk DIALED for my pile 2s? The sun, yeah, so much warmth. Oh my gosh, yep. I think there could have been gossip that got in the way of this connection, or there may have been gossip in regards to talking about you, especially with, I'm surprised more swords cards didn't come out. It could have just been that they let, like, again, that wrong message take a hold of them. No, that one didn't come out. I won't take it. Come on, to end off this final line. Yep, there it is. Yeah. They allowed distance to get in the way of, instead of asking, okay, that's what's coming up. Okay. Instead of them illuminating a truth on what was happening, they just believed what they heard instead of like asking about it. It's like they could have received some information that wasn't true. They could have been very stuck in their head, but instead of like clarifying it with you to overcome it, they couldn't overcome that obstacle because it was very scary for them. And that's something that they learned from this connection. That's something that they'll bring up. It's like they would address something that happened in the past that allowed them to be affected by it. I'm going to pull another row. Especially with the bird and the mountain, it's like, it could have even been like distance was a problem here. Yeah, ring. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. And it's so funny that the messenger card fell under the bird, and then we have shiny. It's like they were hurt by something to do with commitment, or they were hurt by, they were hurt by their own. It's so funny. I think they may have like convinced themselves of something that wasn't true, but they just never clarified it, and they just allowed it to sort of take away from them. You know what I mean? I've got like really bad pins and needles in my right leg, which is like to do with the future. It's to do with feminine energy. Why is it happening? Especially my foot. They got frozen. Oh my God. Okay. They froze up. They froze up instead of asking. That's what's happening here. What can we get for the final card in that row? The moon. Yeah. And it could have even been that maybe they had a crush on you. Actually, I'm just going to quickly pull another row. Just quickly see if this was a crush thing. Because I was feeling that energy. It was like there was something more here. The star. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Yeah. They let distance get in the way. I think they wanted to offer some sort of higher level commitment to you, or they wanted to sort of talk to you about something because they just really appreciated your presence, but they let distance get in the way. And this could have been a distance created by their own thoughts or an actual physical distance. And they weren't able to overcome it because it was very scary for them and they got very scared. Like they got very like paralyzed. That's it. Paralyzed in the moment. Like they froze up and they weren't able to address this. They saw you as like the most beautiful thing to ever grace their life, especially with the sun and moon here. Like they've been wanting to share a message with you for ages. That's something that they would share immediately. Like they'd be like, man, I've been wanting to like call you for ages. Like, I'm so glad you picked up. And a big thing that they would say is like, they have grown or moved from who you thought they were. They have evolved. That's one of the first things they'd share is like, hey, I wanted to talk to you for ages and I'm not the same person who I was a couple years ago or like a few months ago, or who you thought I was. Another thing that they'd share is that they wanted to invest in the long term of this, but the long term scared them. The long term scared them because it meant sort of tapping into or sharing and talking about things in a way that they haven't done before. They may have also let petty drama rule their life. And they never like talked about it with you. I'm going to see, just because I'm a bit better at tarot than reading Lenormand, I'm just going to quickly see if there's any sort of clarifier I can get for a certain card or message I'm seeing. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, yep. They'll talk about how you made them feel like the most amazing person who like you're unparalleled. That's something they shared with you. It's like you're unparalleled to anyone that they've had in their life. And they would share that you allowed them the space when no one else did. You showed them comfort, you showed them growth, and you showed them new ways to handle and tackle situations because you made them feel like a successful person, but they let the better of their own mind get a hold of them. I think that's all I'm picking up for you, my pile twos. I'm going to try and get actually one more. I feel like we're not done here. There's something else I got to say. There's that love. Oh, I told you. That's the final thing. The final thing is that I know it was there. I should have just listened to my intuition. They really appreciated this connection. They saw it as a soul connection, and they wish they could have reached out and took it to another level. But I don't think that they were in a space to do this energy because they were too stuck in their head of like, oh my God, like what will they say? I don't want them to make fun of me. I don't want them to hurt me. And even though that is so far disconnected from your energy and what you would actually do, they saw you as someone older and someone that they didn't want to mess things up with. Because they appreciated you in their life because you made them feel like they were someone who was accomplished or someone who was capable. And that's something that they never felt from people around them. All right, my power twos, I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah. If this did end up resonating, please be sure to leave a like on this video as it helps you connect to more videos like these, but it helps videos like these connect to more people like you. If you want to go that extra mile, that extra step, you can of course subscribe to my channel. I will embrace you with loving arms. I will invite you in and I'll be happy to see you again in my next video. So be sure to hit the notification bell so that you do get notified the next time I do upload. Until we meet again, I'm sending you all again so much love and light. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. Hi, my beautiful Power Threes, and welcome to your reading today on what would they say if they drunk dialed you. I'm just going to quickly rehash what I said in the intro. This reading is intended to hopefully bring clarity, perspective, and healing, release, and to be a lighthearted and fun way to tap into the energies of the higher self to deliver any messages that may be pertinent to you. Something that I do want to say as I'm sort of connecting to this energy, I started connecting to it before. I heard a song. The song I heard is Love is a Game by Adele. And the lyrics are essentially, love is a game for fools. Why would I inflict this pain upon myself? It's essentially that. I highly suggest listening to the song. Something I also want to say about the pile of drunk dialers that I'm connecting to, they're very sad drunks. When these people drink, they really get into their feelings. Like, as soon as I tapped into the energy, like all the other piles, I was really like perky, bright, and like just having fun. Like, when these people drink to avoid emotions, the person who you're thinking about. Like, I felt like heavy, like if they were a drinker, probably an alcoholic, probably an addict in some way, not even to just alcohol, to anything. It could be an addiction to external validation, actual drugs. Like, I'm seeing pills for some, but could also be weed, pills and weed. Love that. Yeah, that's something I'm picking up on right away. I don't think they're a very happy drunk when they drink. They get very in their feelings, and I think you're one of the people that comes up when they do get in their feelings. I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'm just going to turn over your cards now. I'm going to try and tap into these energies some more, but something, yeah, energy manipulation. Okay. No wonder we got Love is a Game. Love was a game to them. I think this may be an X, or just the energy of maybe a past. Oh my god, my Spotify just turned. I'm looking at my computer. As I said, this may be an X. Like, my Spotify just turned off. Oh my god, that was weird. It should not have done that. Anyway, irrelevant. I think they lose color in the world when they drink as well. That's something that I just shared with you, is that, like, you not being in their life, something that they share with you is, like, when they don't interact with you, they lost color in their life. You brought a lot of color into their life. Love is a game, yes. So something I was going to say with that. I'll just pull over the other cards, actually. I'll continue. Yeah, Ace of Cups reverse. Love is a game to them. For fools to play. And what a cruel thing when I'm fooling. Okay. Something that this person would share is that maybe there was a lot of lies that went down in this relationship, specifically maybe even abuse. The immediate thing that they would call up and share with you is like how they bombarded you with certain energies to make you think a certain way. Like, they would, if you said a certain thing, they would say another certain thing to shift the narrative. They knew how to sort of shift energies, or to say certain things to inflict certain results. I think you were very intuitive throughout this relationship. You sort of knew, like, you knew the entire time. I'm also hearing this other song. Oh gosh, what is it? My intuition said it from the start. I didn't want to listen, so I gave you my heart. Anyway, that's how. That's what I'm hearing. Like, your intuition said it from the start. You picked up on this energy. There may have been some sort of abuse that went on in this relationship, specifically in the way that they knew how to trigger emotions in you, and whether or not they were doing it consciously or unconsciously is a different story. What you have to understand is that they were triggering these emotions and these responses because it made them feel in control or comfortable. Especially with energy manipulation here, it's like it was a game of control to them. It was like if they didn't have control of their emotions in this relationship, they lost, because to them, love hasn't ever been so unconditional for them. There has been so many conditions placed on them, and that's something that they would share with you, or that they would say to you is like, hey, like, I controlled like a lot of the narrative of what happened there. Like, I don't even know if they're sorry, because I went to say I'm sorry, but I don't know if they're sorry. They may not be in a conscious state to where they're able to apologize for it, because they may not even understand how they're doing this. They may have ghosted or rejected you. And the reason they rejected you is because they felt out of control around you. Like they couldn't control how they felt because you made, what's that? I'm hearing, God, you guys are getting so many songs. You guys must have like clairaudience or something. I don't normally get this many songs. I'm hearing that Ariana Grande song called POV. Oh gosh, what's the lyric? Sorry. It's weird because I'll hear songs in my head, but I won't know the lyric, but I'll know the lyric that they want me to say. It's like, oh God. Turn my minutes into hours. You got some type of power. You had a way of making them feel just so in the moment. Like you had this love that you would share with them that was so unconditional, just so empowering, in a way that they felt like they were free. And you would make them lose track of time, which is not something that they normally do. Normally they're like they're so focused on so many different things, or like they're focused on like, okay, when can this person get out so I can chat up the next person, or like whatever it is. It's like that type of energy, and you made them like lose track of time, or you made them sort of be in a state of mind where they weren't focused on the terrible fears within their life. And that's something that they would share, is that you came into their life at a very inconvenient time because they were experiencing so many negative emotions. That's something I'm hearing, is like they were going through something to do with let me get one more card. What is it? I can't tell if it's family or if it's work. Oh, it's decisions to be made within their life. They were going through upgrades in their life. They needed to make decisions like, okay, I need to save. Okay, I need to buy a house. Okay, I need to go in this direction. Like, big life-changing decisions. They were at a point in their life where they were worried and concerned over them because they couldn't avoid them anymore. And you took them into a place where they had no more concerns for that, and that scared them. Something that they would share is that they could tell your hesitancy. There were moments towards the end where they knew you were pulling back, and so they just pulled back to protect themselves from rejection. That's what happened, is that they knew you were sort of losing something, or losing, like they could feel some sort of energy dwindling. And it might have just even been them reading into it and in their own life. Because maybe they're so used to relationships fizzling out, right? Like, but there's like this energy of like, they felt something pulling back, and so they walked away first. It's like they did it as a power move, to protect themselves. They didn't do it to hurt you. They just did it to protect themselves. That's something that they want to say. This person gets so like, oh God, I don't want to say I hate. I'm disliking reading their energy right now. Because I don't think they're a bad person. It's just, I don't even know if I said that before, but I don't think they're a bad person. It's just, I don't like how they get in their feelings. I don't want to say wallowing, but wallowing might be the best way to say it. Okay, let's pull some Lenormand cards, see if I can get some more physical attributes of what they would say, see what was happening in their physical world, see if we can get some clarification. They had a lot of people in their ear. They had a lot of, they had a lot of people within their life, sort of, we're going to get more. Yeah, okay. I didn't want to say it, but I think they may have known that how they're acting. Like they're sort of aware of what they were doing was kind of manipulative, like very sly, like it's hurtful, like they knew it would hurt you, but they still did it anyway. And something that's coming up is that you were able to learn and move on from this experience, and that's something that they would say that they're sort of envious of, is that you were able to gain something from it, because I think they may have experienced the same thing, but they still haven't like learned or healed from it. And that's something that's coming up. Something that I also want to share is that the snake, you guys have the sneakiest cards coming out. The tree. Okay, sorry, let me just move this up so you're able to see it. I'm sorry. You guys did not deserve this, but I'm so glad you were able to turn this into like a life-altering like learning experience, because you guys are so powerful. Everything, like all of their lies, you already know about. Like all of their manipulations, you've kind of uncovered it, discovered it. This was sort of the catalyst to your spiritual awakening. It was the catalyst to you finding the truth of uncovering your pain. And that's something that they would share with you, is that you help them also uncover a lot of their pain. But I don't know if they're good at facing it. but you faced it, and that's something spirit is sharing and their higher self is sharing, is that you faced this catalyst of your pain. Something that they would say is that they knew how to move away from you in a sneaky way, but to still keep you wanting more and needing more. You were very young when you met this person, and you were very naive, innocent. I don't want you to think naive is a bad thing. I'm just saying that you may not have, like, you always gave them the benefit of the doubt, even though there was no reason to. Like, I don't mean to laugh, sorry. Especially with the snake, the fox, and the sun, like, all of their lies were thrown out in the open. I think you may have even, like, if you ever went off at them or like called them out on their ish, like, you were right in everything you said. Don't ever feel guilty for anything you said. They would actually convey that to you, that they were uncomfortable with, like, how you read them, like how you knew everything that went down. With the mouse here, the fox, and the snake, these are very sneaky related cards. These can be the not best intentions in mind. They had no intention of having longevity with you, but they gave you that falsity. They also lied about a lot of what they made themselves seem smarter or wiser than they actually were to you, because it made them feel like better about themselves. They could have even said, like, no, like, I'm not, like, talking to other people. You know what I mean? Like, they lied about a lot of things that, like, textbook you just shouldn't. We have the double water. I think you made them navigate and to feel things they didn't want to feel. The child, the book, the fox, the key. This helped you unlock a lot of learning. And something that they would share with you is that you unlocked a new path within their life to do with maybe understanding what had happened to them. It's crazy because a lot of the drunk dialing that's coming through, a lot of things, like, I don't know, halfway through when I shifted to the Lenormand, it feels like I'm not tapping into what they would actually say to you versus, like, what Spirit's saying to you. Because I think everything that they would share with you would still be in that manipulative, belittling energy trying to take away from you. I don't think they would say anything that would actually give to you or to make you happy. And I don't want you to go away from this reading feeling that energy, because I was feeling it and I don't like it. I don't know if they've, not that it matters, but I don't know if they've learned or moved on. But there is an energy here of, like, if they drunk dialed you, they would sort of bring you back into their ish. And I think you're too far gone to fall for it. And that's something that's showing up here, is that they would, like, play their games. Oh gosh. They knew the cycles of your brain, or at least they have such a cycle of knowing how, like, certain things make you overthink in a certain way. Like, they knew how to disarm your thoughts to make you not suspect anything, especially with this darkest 𝒉 showing up and then, like, all the moons over it. They knew how to make you not suspect anything, even though you knew better. With flow coming up, that's to do with the time and then the energy manipulation. It's like, that's that control. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but they would say that they were controlling you. Is there anything else? Oh my gosh, here, I'd even see this. On my card, I forget what I put on my own cards, because I made these ages ago. Addictions. And I said when I was channeling at the start, addictions. I think this person has a lot of earthly issues to do with their own self-worth, and that's why they do what they do. And that's why they act the way they do. Again, there was a lot of conditions placed on their motherly love. They would have had a very tumultuous relationship with their mum, and you would have seen that, I think. I just want to get one more card and we'll just sort of round off this reading. Maybe what they'll say, since I just want to stay true to the title, and I know we sort of shifted into, yeah. Something that they would say if they drunk called you, they'll be like, you're my girl, like, you're the only one for me, like, I can't live without you, like, but you're already over this cycle, because what they do to you is they disarm you, they make you vulnerable, and then they sweep the rug from under your feet. They know how to make you feel like you're the only, again, another song, Only Girl in the World by Rihanna. They know how to sort of make you feel that energy and sweep you from under your feet to disempower you, because when they do it to you, it makes them feel good because you're so hot, you're so amazing, like you're so strong, you're so capable, you're so smart to them. When they do it to you, they feel like they get a rush, and it's kind of sick. It's honestly kind of sick. That's the reason they do it, is because it makes them feel like they're actually like accomplishing something, or like they're powerful, and they take that power away from you. And even if it isn't a conscious thing to like, hey man, I'm going to call up this person, I'm going to message this person, they do it because it feels good, and they don't know why it feels good, and that's why they're doing it. But I feel like you've already closed out this cycle. Like, this person's long in your past. That's something I want to say, is like, they could be long in your past for like 2 years, 21 months. How long's 21 months? Like a year and a bit. It's like you've also learnt the lessons from this person. Something that I would say is that they were hurt when you moved on from them. They were hurt. But I don't know if they'd admit that. But their drunk self, they were hurt. And they were embarrassed they couldn't supply for you. Like, they wanted you to sort of like be this beautiful, angelic, like arm candy almost. Even though I feel like you're better than that. Like, you want more than that, not better. Better is the wrong word. I feel like you have aspirations, but they wanted to belittle you down to like, just wanting that one thing, you know? And maybe you did want that, but now that you've evolved since then, maybe you don't. Or you might still want that, but they were embarrassed they couldn't do that for you. They may have been very tall, very brooding. Could have had a darker complexion, but doesn't have to. There was a lot of dominance in this relationship, especially probably within, you know, sexual relations. There was a lot of dominance. And they did it because it made them feel powerful, like they were controlling something like so much bigger than them, because they feel so little in their life. Like, people make them feel little. And the way that they see themselves is so little. Like, the love that you give to them and the way that you make them feel makes them feel so big and strong. And when they couldn't supply for you or to live up to your expectations, like, that's why they sort of like cut things off, because they didn't want your rejection. All right, my power threes. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that sort of gave you clarification on what they might say or share. This person, again, I said at the start of your reading, like, they're very emotional. They get in their emotions. So I think if they did call you, they might even share a lot of these insecurities or things that they think about. Because I don't think they're dumb people. Like, I don't think anyone's dumb, actually, truthfully. I just think that they might be a bit dishonest with themselves, and if they got a bit tipsy and called you and did that. But I don't think they'd allow themselves to slip up like that. But if they did, that's sort of what would be shared. I hope that makes sense. I'm sending you all so much love and light. And please remember, if this reading did resonate with you, please be sure to leave a like, as it helps me connect to more people like you, but it helps people like you connect to more readings like these. If you want to go that extra step, that extra mile, you can, of course, hit the subscribe button, as I will always be welcoming beautiful souls like you into my tribe. I would love to see you come back and join my collective. We are all here to share love and to find love. And yeah, I hope to see you join us. Join us, one of us. Gosh, sorry, I'm rambling. Until we meet again, bye.